Right. Oh, there's Sunshine.
Hey!
Hi, Sunshine.
Yeah, it's Sunshine.
Hey, right.
Hi, Sunshine.
How y'all doing?
Good, how are
Good, how
you?
are you?
We can hardly hear you.
I had some notes for the meeting. I had a last minute change for them, and I didn't realize the time just kept on going by.
I know. I took a nap and woke up at 1:30. I'm going, oh, thank goodness I woke up. Yvette called because she wasn't feeling well to tell me she's not coming.
Oh,
Who's that?
Yvette. Yvette Dow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh, I got my new notes. Yay.
good.
I tried to print them on one printer, and it says I'm out of ink.
What are you using for a background, Sunshine?
Oh, that one is Victoria Falls.
Well, I mean, what kind of a program? You're kind of coming and going in it.
Down at the bottom where it says your video, your
Yeah.
little arrow there.
Hey,
There's a little arrow there, and you can say choose virtual background. Now, some computers won't do it. It won't on my laptop. I can't do it. Everything, if I choose a virtual background, everything gets black and fuzzy. But
Yeah, I don't even see that. I see participant chat, share screen, record, and reactions.
Hold it up to your face.
did you click on the little arrow? It's a little arrow right beside stop video.
Oh, I don't have one. I just have a leave and no arrow. I'm on my laptop.
Are you on Mac or PC?
I'm on a PC.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I lost my.
Well, at any rate. So
Oh, well.
I'm going to have 6 people here. Maybe we'll get more. I don't know. We'll see.
Bill, turn horizontally.
What's that? Oh, 7.
There you go.
Hey.
Oh, there's Dennis. Hi, Dennis.
hi there. How's everybody?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Now, one of the things I've learned about Zoom is that if more than one person is talking, at a time, then you can't hear any of them. Okay? So if you're going to speak, put your hand up. Okay? I can see he tried to do a virtual background and it didn't work. That's
Doug, your virtual background is weird.
that's
Yeah.
how it works.
3 of you there. Yeah. But
Doug,
only the top half. You must be a Mac.
Yeah, it is. It's a Mac.
Well, that's how it works on my laptop, and it's a PC. So I don't know why. It says, and I couldn't even get a green screen on it. So whatever.
There's Dennis. He's back.
Yeah.
Sure, it's nice to see all your faces. Love it.
Yeah, 7 of us. Hey, so far we have 37 entries for our village stories.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Nice.
So we're filling up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you won't be able to use my latest article because you already got too much from me.
Yeah, your latest is very long.
Anyhow, well, shall I start?
Go ahead.
Well,
Thank you, Peggy. The article in the Globe mentioned technology, okay? And I will admit that all of my technological skills are self-taught, or maybe help from somebody else and then the knowledge gained, help by looking at the computer and knowledge gained, the internet. So let me tell you about, I'm going to start with my musical career because that came first. It started in my crib in Wisconsin. My mom and dad were holding, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
My mom and dad were holding meetings and they were singing downstairs. And I was singing at the top of my little voice. So much so that my mother went up the stairs and said, stop, or or else. Well, I kind of knew what or else meant by that time. And so I didn't stop though. I just sang quietly. And I have something to show you here. I'm going to share something with you here. Hold on one second. Okay. There I am. I'm about 2, I think, with Waverly,
Oh.
my older sister.
Oh,
Okay. We continue to sing together and by ourselves. I'm sure that I was in every bloody program that my mom prepared for Christmas, for Easter, for whatever other holiday she could think there could be something for. And I started singing harmony with Waverly when I was about 7. I did not know until many, many, many years later that not everybody hears harmony in their head. I was trying to teach somebody to sing the harmony part, and she says, that's a totally different song. Well, it was, in a way. Anyhow, so we performed in churches, in big gatherings, together. We always were dressed alike because my mother made dresses for us out of flour sacks, and they were pretty. They had little flowers on them. They were fun. The whole family sang together when we were on trips. We would travel from Wisconsin to the state of Washington where my dad's family lived. There's my dad with his concertina accordion. My mom and I are both playing auto harps, although I also played the accordion, although it's not in this picture. My older sister Waverly played the accordion, and my little sister Beth is there with her little ukulele. It was great fun. We would stop at every religious campground along the way and perform. Okay, there we are. All right. I grew up. I left home at 18. The first thing that happened is I met my husband-to-be, my first husband, that is. That was Lloyd. And you know what he was looking for? He was looking for a wife that could play the piano, that could sing, and had long hair. Hey, I met the criteria. Anyhow, we were singing together. And we had fun doing that for a few years, but not for long. We were living in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and he was a man of dreams and ideas. And he said, honey, wouldn't you like to go to college? I got all excited. Well, yeah, that's what I was supposed to do in the first place, but I didn't have any money. He says, well, in California, the junior colleges are almost free. This was in 1963.
huh.
So we quit our jobs and off we went to California. We established our residency, and there we worked full time, went to school part time, and then he talked me into something else. We raised a family, all while in a 10-year period while we're trying to get our schooling done. Let me show you what happened there. We had 2 children, Daryl and Denise, during that time frame. And we actually, where'd that go? Come on. Well, it went away. Okay. Well, I had another picture here, but I lost it. There it is. Okay, there it is. That's supposed to be smaller. I don't know how it got big. It was small when I was practicing, but anyhow, what that is it's a picture of the college that we went to with right below it. It has both of our diplomas. Our diplomas. We graduated with BA in psychology, minors in sociology, and he had a double minor with physical education. As it turned out, neither one of us ever used that particular area of our learning, other than I'm sure the psychology courses we took helped us in everything that we did. So we came to the village. I'm going to call it the village because I don't want to have to talk leisure world and then the village, whatever. So we came to the village in 1995. And I was still working full time, but my husband was finding things for me. He said, "Oh, honey, look at this. You should go for this. You should do this." And there were things that were nighttime I could do. So I was performing all over. Actually, he was at that time, he said, "You should have a stage name. You've been on stage so much." That eventually happened. And then it became my real name. But that's a whole nother story. So I formed many groups and myself, and we sang in retirement homes, in clubs. That's Lloyd, and that's me. I'm sure this must have been for that looks like a clubhouse, so I'm sure that was in one of the clubhouses for one of the clubs. Okay, and I was playing the piano, playing the guitar, and playing the ukulele. Then comes 2005. He got to enjoy the village for 10 years, and I lost him at 66 to disease. It wasn't too much later that either I found David or David found me, one of the two. And I do have one picture to show you there, if I can find it. These things have a way of disappearing awfully quickly sometimes. I had it here and it went away. There it is. Okay, there we are. He was full of dreams and bright ideas too. And at that point in time, we were carting all of our material from place to place. I mean, equipment, the keyboard, our speakers, our microphones, and everything that we needed to perform. Because none of the places we went, many of them didn't have the equipment there. I was doing this before I met David. I was doing this, and Lloyd would be helping me carrying the equipment. Now I had David helping me carry the equipment, and David said, "Honey, why don't we form a club and perform for audiences in the village in the 814 seat theater and have it be for charity too?" Well, I like that idea. So we formed a club in 2007. It was the Sunshine Performance Club. And we started doing shows 2 a year. So by the time 2019 was over, we'd done 24 major shows, besides all the little shows that we did along the way. Let's see. All right. During that time frame, we also, in 2010, formed the Alzheimer's OC Club, which is not that anymore. We renamed it just last month to the Fit Brain Club. Fit, F-I-T, Brain Club. And I lost my ability to play the guitar because my arthritic fingers could no longer hold down the strings hard enough. And I learned instead to play the bass guitar, which I can hold down one string at a time, and it works. 2015, we began doing weekly shows at South County Adult Daycare Services. That's shortened to the word SCADS, so we don't have to say all those words every time we talk about it. So we did a weekly show there, all of the people performing from the club. And besides the shows that we had done, the 24 shows that we've done, we planned 4 shows for 2020. Of course, those are all canceled right now. Okay, let me move to my computer experience. I began with Key Punch. We were in Florida, and both of us were teaching at a private school. I've gone back to 1972. And we had students from the age of 5 through business college students. and I was supposed to be teaching 2 business college courses. Business, I can't even think what it was right now, and I didn't write that one down. But the other one was, the most important one was Key Punch. Now, I knew nothing about Key Punch, but I had the book. So all I had to do was stay one lesson ahead of the student, and I did that. So I knew how to do Key Punch. Okay, we didn't stay in Florida long. Neither of us liked Florida. It was too humid and too buggy. So now I'm in California. I'm working as an administrative assistant. That's a fancy word for a secretary, which I hated. At Las Vegas, we were in Las Vegas. We weren't in California, we were in Las Vegas. We basically kind of went Las Vegas 10 years, California 10 years, Las Vegas 10 years, and then back to California where I've been ever since. So we were kind of nomads in that way. So I was at a tour company, and they had key punch machines, but they were transferring all their data from just manual to computer systems. And there was a third-party programmer there that had written programs for them to do their business. Now, we were working on what's called an IBM Systems 32. The screen is that big, and encased in one machine, here's the print, here's the keyboard, and there's the printer. So she needed to make a change. She said, do you want to key this change in? So she told me what to do. I keyed it in. I saw the problem before. I keyed the change. I saw that the problem was fixed after. I said, do you have any books on this? She did. So I started studying those books. And before long, I started writing my own programs. And I only made one mistake. She had a program that I see needed to be fixed. And so I made the change, and I didn't back it up first. And she was a little mad. But I never did that again. I always saved first and then made my change. Okay. After that, let's see. I got lost here. Okay. Oh, okay. So that was on the System 32. Very shortly after that, my husband had another bright idea. This is Lloyd. He said, honey, you know how to program. Why don't you write some programs to compute golf handicaps? Because there are 7 golf courses in the southern Nevada region, and the bank right now does their computing, and it's up for grabs for contracting. And I would like to present that we could do it, and we could do a much better job because we know more about the golf scores. We know that if somebody turns in a score of 60, then it's not for 18 holes. That was a 9-hole course. So we could do it a lot better. So I sat down, I wrote the programs. He won the contract. He would go out to the golf courses once a month, collect up all the golf score cards. I'd key them all in, all the numbers in. Then I'd run the programs that would create the little golf cards. So everybody would have a golf handicap card, tore them all apart, printed the programs that they would need to check. Lloyd would deliver those all to the golf courses. So we did that. Then we expanded. I contacted businesses in the area and set up monthly contracts with them. I would look at their business and what they're doing. Well, they first had to have NAS for System 32, or I couldn't have done it. So I would look at what they were doing, see if I could find a way, a program that I could write that would improve how they do their business. I would do it, and then they would pay a monthly fee for this. Of course, I had to keep using my brain to find something that needed to be done, and I didn't have any insurance. Finally, I decided I was going to work for a company as a programmer. So I signed on to, I went to an interview to a hospital and asked for money, more money than I had ever made in my life, and got it. So that was my 25 years, the start of my 25 years in computers. I was still working for a hospital when we moved to the village, but I had a lot of time on my hands. And so that's, I showed you the picture of Lloyd and I singing together. Okay, so that takes care of, oh, so basically the systems I worked on, I started on a system 32, then it went to a 34, then it went to a 36, then it went to a 38, then it went to an AS400. I worked until I was 62. I'm now 77. If I went to a company and said, I'd like to work, do you have an AS400? They would say, what the hell is that? So skills like that kind of disappear because the world changes so fast. But the last thing they put on my desk before I was ending my career was a PC. And I said, what's that? Well, I had worked so hard, I would be dreaming at night, trying to make fail-safe programs. That was my goal, that have a program that would never end abnormally. I have this PC on my desk. It freezes. I call the technician. He says, reboot. I said, okay. Now what are you going to do to fix the problem? He says, oh, well, if it happens again, reboot. What an education that was. Anyway, once we were in the village and we formed a club, clubs can have web pages underneath the architecture of the village. They had a robust system, and I built beautiful pages. I was able to, when I decided to have sponsors for our shows so we would be able to make more money for charities, I was able to provide a link to that business's web page. I was able to provide a link to the charity that we were doing the work for. There was a million things I could do, and I did it. I built page after page after page of wonderful things, and then the management company said, no, we're not going to support clubs with this service anymore. So I went out and bought my own domains. By that time, I not only had the Sunshine Performance Club, but I also had the Alzheimer's OC Club that turned into the Thick Brain Club, as I told you. So I bought 2 domains, and I have a service company called Weebly. So I learned to build websites, web pages of my own that are pretty robust. They do it. I can do everything, except if I had the more expensive version, I could link to an MP4 that's like a movie on my computer. I don't have the more expensive version, so I have to put it up to YouTube. If I load it up to YouTube, then I can put the link there. Otherwise, I can't. So I take not having the more expensive version, do it that way. So I learned to do web pages. When some of the other clubs that I was in found out that I did that, I ended up doing it for them too, until I got so overwhelmed that I said, no, I can't do this anymore. Let's see. I had purchased a program that I could make my flyers and my posters and edit pictures. It was an old time program. It was called Microsoft Picture It. And it's a good program. I have not found anything better. If I ever get another computer, I won't be able to use it anymore because it won't load. I got it loaded on my laptop, but when David bought this computer that I'm talking to you on right now 2 years ago, I was not able to load it. So I've tried many other packages, haven't found anything that works as well. So maybe if any of you know something that works really well, you can tell me about it. More computer skills that I gained. Okay, so more technology I gained. I did, like I said, I did the web pages. And of course, I developed the skills to produce these really big programs, and that took a lot of learning. I mean, I started with this much skill, I gained that much skill, but what that meant is I had more to do in order to produce a program. More knowledge meant I knew more things I had to do. We also videotaped all of the shows. And so on my webpage, I have video of every one of the shows. I learned to edit. There's a program with a PC called Movie Maker, and I learned to edit. That saved us a lot of money as a club, because instead of having to pay $700 or $600 or $500 to get somebody to do it, I got to pay less than that because I did the hard job of editing. It took a lot of time, but it was worth it. I also learned to create my own CDs, so I would have my background music when I didn't have a piano player when we were performing our weekly shows at SCADS. So another technology skill I learned. I joined the publishing club in 2015, which was a gift from Phil Silverman. Hey there, Phil. He had seen some of my writing. He said, "You belong in the publishing club," and I said, "Oh yeah." Like I say to my husband, "Oh yeah," and I don't do anything about it. Well, he did something about it. He bought me a membership, and I became a member. So after that, Peggy helped me do a lot of editing on my very first book, Journey to Joy. It was Miranda who helped me format it appropriately so that I could get it up to, then it was Create. In the middle of the process, it changed to KDP, but that was no big deal. You just got to copy it over according to their directions. And so I finished that on my own and got it published. My next book, Sunshine Stories, didn't need any help. Well, I called KDP a couple of times, I think, but got that one done. And I'm working on Sunshine Stories 2 right now with the latest things I've been writing for COVID-19. There's 4 things I've done. I got 98 pages. That's almost enough to publish a book. I might run a, let's see, we have 10 more minutes, okay? So, let's see. So, and like everyone else, so because all the clubhouses were closed, I learned one more skill. I learned how to Zoom. It was the director of the Village String Band had said to me, "Do you think we could use Zoom and practice, have the orchestra practice on Zoom?" I said, "I've never heard of Zoom. Let me check it out." So I checked it out. And I tested it out with my daughter, and it was funny. It was really fun to see each other singing together. If we were singing "My Country 'Tis of Thee," we go, "My country, love thee." And so we realized that that wouldn't be a very good idea. But I told Ellen that, this is Alan Levin, who's the head of the Village String Band, what we could do is we could each sing, everybody else mute themselves and listen, and they could sing along. They're muted, so they can sing with, if they want to, with the person who's singing. And we could have some fun. And so what they have been doing is they come up with a different theme every week. And so everyone has to work to find something, get it ready to present. So that's a good challenge. And in my own club, the Sunshine Performance Club, I do it every week. We don't have a theme. But the most exciting thing is the shows that we were doing at SCADS that we can't do still, we started just this last week. They had 6 people that used to be at SCADS that have Zoom, and 4 entertainers gave them a wonderful show for 45 minutes. And so we had a really good time. Phil was one of the persons who did that. I was one of the persons, and so it was a lot of fun. The last thing I'm going to do here, this is a song I wrote. It's called "Party With Me During COVID-19. Would you like to be at a party with me? Well, we will have to Zoom. Don't you want to be at a party with me? No drinks, no food, no room. I'd like to be at a party with you and maybe sing a tune. If you want to be at a party with me, then we will have to Zoom. Here you are, at a party with me. Well, come on, sing a song. Yes, you came to be at a party with me, but none can sing along. So while we're here, we'll mute ourselves and listen to one voice. If you want to sing at a party with me, well, that's our only choice. Let's Zoom! Okay, unmute yourselves and one at a time. Do you have any comments or questions?
Well, yeah, next month, Sunshine will teach us how to upload a book to KDP. So that'll be the program next month, so don't miss it.
Okay.
Unless you're an
Let's
expert.
talk about the steps. I'll be happy to do that.
Yeah. Anybody else?
I hope my program wasn't too boring.
No.
Oh, it was good.
Phil, you're muted. Phil, unmute yourself.
Yeah. Hi. We were talking, Peg, I had the idea of doing a different kind of cover for the annual. Like, can you see this? You see this? This is a real picture of, this is a sneaky candid down at the creek. You see that?
No.
No, the background's got it all buried.
That
Your background's got it all covered up.
Yeah, all we can see is
damn it.
golden.
We just, yeah,
Anyway, I'll be sending it as an email. I think we should have some real people in the shot. People obviously who agree to the picture. You know, club members and shots down at the creek at a bench, etc. Cheryl, you gonna say something?
No, okay.
How do you feel about that?
I like the idea of having a cover like we have here with pictures of us in rectangles.
well,
Like they
it's a
do.
bad idea. That's what everybody's doing.
Exactly. That's
That's
what
great.
they're doing after the local news with high school graduates. You take a picture that you like of yourself and we'll put them up as rectangles of Zoom.
And with say the creek in the background, it's beautiful down there.
Could be the creek or your favorite.
Yeah,
Jackie, your
we're going
microphone
to beach.
is still
Oh,
muted.
sorry.
Bob, you said something?
I said Jackie's microphone is still muted.
Yeah, Jackie, can you unmute your microphone? You have to, I'll try doing it, but I don't think I can because, hold on, let me see if I can.
Jackie, look for the mute button. It's usually on the bottom, on the left side. See if you can find that. Then you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, you have to do it yourself. I can't do it.
Be a red microphone on the lower left-hand corner.
Of the black screen.
Yeah, just
the
move
black.
move your mouse around just until you.
Or if it's like my iPad, it's on the top right-hand
Yeah,
corner, not the
it
bottom
depends
left.
on what you're doing. You know what? This thing's going to end really soon.
Okay.
wanted-
40 minutes.
I wanted to say one more thing. Scott, you didn't get on our website because Billy Theme was so overwhelmed, he never got around to doing May. but I'd like to get you up there anyway. So I'll ask Billy to put you there, Scott. Can't hear you, Scott.
Okay.
There
There.
you go. Now we can hear you.
Yeah.
The other thing is, I was going to say, you're probably going to need to do something if you're going to do it with people, probably because of the social distancing thing, to get
Yeah.
a bunch of people on the cover. You're probably going to have to do something like that with the rectangles anyway,
Yeah.
if you're going to get a number of people in.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I don't know that you're going to be able to do it. Because the only way to get that many people is to stand pretty far back, and you won't really see them.
We have 20
Yeah.
seconds left, guys.
Thank you.
Love y'all.
Take care, Sunshine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Adios. Thank you,
Well,
Sunshine.
Okay, Jen.
Very interesting.
All right.
What a
Visit-
tour.
Visit us in San Francisco.